This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We have assembled the world's finest sports and trivia dorks to prove once and for all that we are just as bad at this as we were at sports.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine, and welcome to episode number 69. 69. Yeah. This is our 69th time doing this, guys.
297.
There it is.
297.
All right. I'm your host, Ede. In today's game, we will be pitting the Benchwarmer team of Walling and Mason versus Benchwarmer Josh. And forgive me, I'm terrible with names. How do you pronounce it? Jake?
Yep, we'll go with that. That sounds great.
Okay, all right. Jake Manne, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the bench. Why don't you let us know who you are? Because I've never met you before.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, I'm Jake Manne. Been on here 5 or 6 times, but I spaced them out by like a year to 18 months each time. So glad to be back on.
Oh wow, we've been doing it that long.
The first time I was ever on here was right before Michigan beat Ohio State for the first time
ever.
It felt like
first time ever.
It absolutely felt like it. So it's been 5 years, 4 or 5 years now.
All right. Well, no. Thanks for coming back on, Jake. Just giving you a hard time, like I'm supposed to. It's in my contract.
Yep.
And you're playing with Josh today. Josh, how you doing, sir?
Good. I busted out my 1987-1991 hat after our Patreon bonus where we talked about our favorite, moments or seasons and whatnot. So after reminiscing of the 2 Big Four championships I've got to experience, I figured I'd bust out the hat for it because, it's always good to talk about what you're wearing on a audio medium. But
it's beautiful.
But yeah, no, I'm good. And there is something that, even though Jake and I do not root for the same team, but there is one thing that is absolutely true, that currently we are better than the Packers. So our team name is going to be currently better than the Packers.
For now.
Hey, we'll take it right now that the Lions and the Vikings finished ahead of the Packers. They are better than them currently.
Okay. And the playoffs went really well for both you guys?
I mean, the Bears are the only team in the NFC North with a win in 2025. So, yes, it went great.
All right, over to Walling and Mason. Let's hear your team name and let me know how you guys are.
Oh, we got to do team name first this time? That's not usually a tradition.
No,
for
first.
Us.
It is.
Oh.
I know it's going to be great.
Okay. All right, Walling, you can do that then. That's weird. I don't know what's going on now.
I went to a whiskey group, like a local whiskey groups get together, and there was last night, and there was roughly the GDP of a small country worth of whiskey on the tables. It was amazing, and I'm surprisingly in better shape today than I expected to. So we did some furniture shopping, and really just spent all day just worried about what our team name was going to be, Mason and I, because we usually put so much thought and effort into it. So today our team name, we're leaning into it a little bit again. It is going to be Get Ready for Another Unspectacular Team Name. Over to you, Mason.
Mason.
Oh, okay. I don't have anything to say now. Yeah, I'm doing fine. So I know this is going to sound weird because everybody on the podcast is older than me, but I kind of had I'm feeling older than I feel like I should be moment today, because my nephew has his permit and my wife basically allowed him to drive our vehicle. So that was interesting. I got babysitting duty, so I put our son to bed and let him settle down and everything. But yeah, she was being a passenger for him driving. So I was like, that's crazy that he's a sophomore in high school and has a permit.
All right, Dan, where are you? We need rules.
The game will consist of 4 quarters of play, each with different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see who are today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
It's funny that I threw it to Dan for the rules because this game is... I'm just going to dub this chaos today, so...
No.
Oh, no.
Josh loves it.
Well, today's first quarter will be the missing link.
The Missing Link. This quarter will consist of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. If a team checks in first via chat to the host with the correct theme before the 5th question, they will earn 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with the correct theme guess. If neither team has checked in with the correct theme before the 5th question, each team can earn 50 points with the correct answer to the theme after the 5th question.
I can't wait to show off my lack of prowess at figuring out missing links. This is exciting.
I'm usually pretty good, except when they are Eric Ede missing links.
Yeah. It's going to be 5 women again. I can't wait. All from the book. 5 women from the book. Specifically.
I didn't even think of that. All right. Question number 1. In 2023, this player was the first defensive tackle selected in the first round by the Dallas Cowboys since 1991.
Hey, Ede, for the first time with you hosting in 2025, we're going to check in.
Oh, we're going to do that again.
Another unspectacular team name is checked in, so that means currently we're better than the Packers can talk it out.
The name that comes to mind to me is Mozzie Smith from Michigan.
Okay.
I know I thought he was first round. I'm pretty sure he was first round from them. Like he definitely was picked by the Cowboys.
I don't think I'm going to have anything better to dispute that, so I'm good with that. I'm going to trust you that, hey, you at least had, like, he was drafted by them.
A player that got drafted by the Cowboys.
And I think you're right that I do believe that he was a first round pick. I think I can agree with that. So
All right.
that's my input.
All right. So we're going to check in with Mozzie Smith.
All right, and over to another spectacular team name.
Speaking of unspectacular, we also checked in with Mozzie Smith.
Both teams getting their points here. That was the tradition Jerry Jones is starting to pick up by taking first-round players that don't know how to play football.
Wow.
It's working out between him and Mr. Guyton, who is just a turnstile. Well, yeah, so I already said both teams getting their points. So let's move on to question number 2. It normally comes after 1. This defensive end, selected 28th overall in his draft, would play for 5 teams in the 6 seasons in the NFL, last appearing in 2022 with the Bears. His team in 2024, according to his Wikipedia page, was the Birmingham Stallions.
We're going to check in.
Another unspectacular team name has checked in. Currently better than the Packers talk about.
So working it backwards, I got to the 2017 draft. I'm guessing this is another Cowboy selection, probably. Is there another Michigan player?
There was Taco Charlton was the other guy I was thinking of, was a defensive end from Michigan that went to the Cowboys, but I don't think he moved around. I think he just sat there for a few years. I'm trying to think of like Bears defensive ends from a few years ago, even. And I'm like,
Well, now keep in mind, of the seasons, it doesn't necessarily mean he went on 5 different full seasons.
sure.
He could have been released from a bunch of teams towards the end and played for 2 or 3 teams in a season or 2, as well.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I have no confidence behind anything except, I know that.
Because I have no idea why somebody would even know any of this other than Cowboys fan and maybe you as a Michigan fan.
Right. Yeah, I have nothing else. I mean, it is.
Was that around the year? Is that around the right time?
Yes.
I say we go with it.
It's better than saying nothing.
So go ahead and check that in, I guess.
Yeah, we'll check in with Taco Charlton.
All right, and over to another unspectacular team name.
2 picks before TJ Watt. In what has to be one of the worst draft picks of all time. Man named after my favorite food, but also unspectacular, Taco Charlton.
Both teams getting their points here again. Yes, that is the one, Taco Charlton. He played 1.5 seasons or 2.5 with the Cowboys, and then traded to the Dolphins, and then went to the Chiefs, and then went to the Steelers, and then onto the Saints practice squad, and then with the Bears, and then on the Jaguars practice squad, and then on the 49ers practice squad. And then finally found his home in Birmingham with the Stallions. Who knows? He might show back up and not play well. All right. So far, theme-linked answers: Mozzie Smith, Taco Charlton. All right. On to question number 3. This running back played his entire career for the Carolina Panthers. He was the 8th overall pick in his draft. He was also selected in the CFL draft in the 6th round, 46th overall.
We'll check in.
Another unspectacular team names checked in. We're better than Green Bay. Talk about.
Yeah, I think this was one of my favorite Michigan players. He had 317 yards against Ohio State. Tim Biakabatuka.
And over to unspectacular team name.
Yeah, we are in the same boat. I was just trying to think of running backs that would fit that. The only running back I think of that was drafted that high by Carolina, other than Christian McCaffrey. So yeah, we also went with Tim Biakabatuka.
Yeah, both teams getting their points here. I mean, I guess I can say forgot, but didn't really forget. I mean, it just maybe overlooked the fact that he was drafted really high. But yeah, played his whole career in Carolina and just, yeah. All right, so far, theme-linked answers. Mozzie Smith, Taco Charlton, and Tim Biakabatuka. Let's move on to question 4. This running back rushed for 4,962 yards over his 10-year career. He had 1,000-yard season in the year 2000 with the Oakland Raiders. He's currently the head coach of Wayne State.
Wayne State, Nebraska, or Wayne State, Michigan? I need you to be specific.
Michigan.
Okay, thank you. It doesn't make a difference, but I needed you to be specific.
I'll say you know both of those off the top of your head.
No, I just know that there's 2 of them.
We'll check in.
Currently better than Green Bay has checked in. Another unspectacular team name can talk it out.
We ruled out the one running back last question. So the other one that I could think of was Tyrone Wheatley. The rest of the clues just kind of fit. I have zero idea on the coach thing, but sure.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. We'll check in then. I think we're good. We'll check in with Tyrone Wheatley.
All right. And back over to currently better than Green Bay. What was your answer?
Yeah, I was kind of trying to think of a time frame where, 10-year career, and obviously 2000 is somewhere in there. And then I was thinking, okay, around the 2000 Raiders, I was like, and then I asked Jake, I was like, didn't Tyrone Wheatley go to Michigan? And he's like, yep. And I was like, okay, well, it seems like we got something going here. I think I recall that one season he apparently was okay and got his 1,000 yards. So, yeah, we also said Tyrone Wheatley.
All right. Both teams getting their points here. Yes, the correct answer is Tyrone Wheatley. He's been a coach, mostly a running backs coach at a lot of different places: Ohio Northern, Eastern Michigan, Syracuse, the Bills, at Michigan, Jacksonville, and the Broncos. But currently at Wayne State as their head coach, and his career head coaching record, 10-35. So he's really good at that, just like he was really good at playing running back in the NFL.
Better than Doug Gottlieb.
Slightly.
Barely, but yeah.
All right, so theme-linked answer so far: Mozzie Smith, Taco Charlton, Tim Biakabatuka, and Tyrone Wheatley. And we'll move on to question number 5. What wide receiver selected 8th overall by the Bears would not live up to his draft position? He would be out of the league after 5 years, having only one season with over 500 yards receiving, and that was when he had 699 yards in 2004.
We can check in.
Currently better than Green Bay's checked in. Another unspectacular team name can talk it out.
Probably drafted. Okay, so 5 years, like a 2000, 2001, 2002, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm not going to be of help to you here.
Yeah, I'm not of a whole lot of help here either. If we had flipped these and they'd done those first 2 questions last, I was way more helpful than now.
And the problem is the Bears weren't very good in 2004 either. So, I mean, like, even if you're going to try to think about
a bad Bears receiver in that time, that's just all of them.
Like, I don't even know if I can definitively tell you a person, like a wide receiver on that team.
No.
I don't know.
And I don't think I've got it either. So do you just want to go with like a Lucky Rogers or a Lucky Edwards.
Yeah, there's been some bust wide receivers named Rodgers.
We've got Rodgers and Edwards.
Edwards is a possibility.
Edwards is a good one. It's a little early for Braylon, but maybe there's another Edwards.
Yeah, sure. Maybe there's another bust Edwards.
Okay, all right.
Receiver.
We'll check in with Lucky Edwards.
All right, and over to currently better than Green Bay.
Yeah, this is one of the Michigan guys that got to wear the number 1 jersey. This is David Terrell.
All right, one team getting their points. Yes, it is David Terrell. So our theme-linked answers was Mozzie Smith, Taco Charlton, Tim Biakabatuka, Tyrone Wheatley, and David Terrell. One team did check in with the correct theme answer, and that was currently better than Green Bay. I will say this, another unspectacular team name. I just need you to be more specific.
Now, why didn't you tell me that when I sent it?
Because it was too late.
Because the more specific version of Michigan first-round draft picks was going to be Michigan first-round draft busts. And so that's what I think we'll check in with instead.
Yes, and that is what currently better than Green Bay checked in with after the third question, probably seconds right before you sent, first-round picks. So both teams did get their theme, one getting 100 points, the other one getting 50. So nice job. First time in probably about 4 missing links that I've had that people got the missing links. So
I mean, Mozzie Smith still has a chance to turn it around. This is only he's
No.
got time.
Does
He's
he?
got time. He's
He
got
does
time.
not. You'd have to have the necessary skill set to turn it around.
I'm messing with you on that.
Even in college, the guy's like, well, he's really athletic, but is he?
all right. So after the first quarter, we have a score of another unspectacular team name with 130 and currently better than the Packers, 200.
We wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks.
And that brings us to the second quarter. And the second quarter today will be the missing link.
Oh, here we go.
God.
The Missing Link. This quarter will consist of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. If a team checks in first via chat to the host with the correct theme before the 5th question, they will earn 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with the correct theme guess. If neither team has checked in with the correct theme before the 5th question, each team can earn 50 points with the correct answer to the theme after the 5th question.
I will tell you this, Josh. I never do anything like this until I run it by somebody and they say, oh, no, that's fine.
Who
So
did
at
you
least
run
one
this
person-
by?
David.
Did you run
It's
it by
always
David?
somebody different. It's always someone
I want to
different.
know who
That's David.
specifically.
This one?
Matt?
Dougherty.
Did you ask Matt?
Yeah. Yes,
No.
Matt.
The guy who did this before?
Yeah, he said go for it.
I don't.
So,
this breaks the score sheet.
Because I wasn't sure who was going to be on, so I knew he wouldn't be. So
This break. Of course, he would say it's okay.
it does break the score sheet, but that's what I'm telling
Oh,
everybody.
this
to
is
keep
this
track
is why your
for.
downloaded score sheet's not working.
Score sheets were meant to
That's
be
why.
broken.
Oh,
That part,
all of a
that-
sudden now it's 400 to 260.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Missing link question number 1. This defensive end was the defensive rookie of the year, just like his brother 3 seasons earlier. 3 seasons later, he would be named defensive player of the year.
We can check in.
Currently better than the Packers. Checked in another unspectacular team name. Can now talk it out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure the math worked as far as the number of years, but yeah, we would have been 3 years after his brother. So that
Okay.
works out.
So-
So wait, if we were doing Jeopardy rules, that means we can answer with a question, which would be appropriate for this. So yeah, we're gonna check in with what?
What'd you just say?
What? But as a question, because you
What?
said Jeopardy
I thought you
rules.
said what?
Jeopardy rules. I said what? And Jeopardy rules
Okay.
apply. That's what Walling said. It's a question and It's just the last name.
That's
So
fine. I just
Are
didn't-
you
I just didn't hear
allowing
you.
just the last name?
I am.
What?
Okay.
In that scenario, because we'll find out in a minute. I mean, if they want to be more specific, go ahead. And over to currently better than the Packers. What was your answer?
So that was the route we were first thinking, but I don't think either of the Watt brothers won Defensive Rookie of the Year. But there's another set of brothers that I think both did win, and that would be the Bosa brothers.
Yes, one team getting the points. It is Nick Bosa. 3 years earlier, Joey Bosa won Rookie of the Year, and then 3 years later, Nick, and then 3 years after that, he won Defensive Player of the Year. All right, so theme-linked answers. Nick Bosa. On to question number 2. Who is the highest drafted cornerback in NFL history, sharing that honor with Derek Stingley Jr.? He was drafted 3rd overall in 1997. Sorry, I have a very bad typo. I'm going to leave it in there, though, so you guys can see it. That's why I got hung up on it.
We can check him.
All right. Better than Green Bay's checked in. Another unspectacular team name. Talk it out if you need to.
No, we were also ready to check in. Thanks to the extended downtime we had that was recently edited out of this portion of the show, we were able to come around to Sean Springs and check that in.
All right. And over to currently better than Green Bay.
We also had Sean Springs.
All right, both teams getting their points. Yes, it is Sean Springs. Again, another guy that I just forgot was drafted that high. So theme-linked answers, Nick Bosa, Sean Springs. Let's move on to question number 3. What quarterback holds his school record for most passing yards in a game, and in just 2 seasons, he holds the franchise record for most playoff wins as a quarterback?
Yeah, we'll check in.
All right. Another unspectacular team names checked in. Currently better than the Packers. Talk it out.
So I think this is CJ Stroud. One of my favorite things when Ohio State fans whine about Michigan cheating is that CJ Stroud threw from like 400 yards and 5 touchdowns in the game that we still supposedly had their call stop that. But I think it's Stroud in Houston, like he won a playoff game in Houston. I don't know if many other people have done that. What do you got from that, Josh?
Mhm.
You agree?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, good. More little CJ Stroud.
All right. And over to another unspectacular team name.
I think the hardest part of our conversation was trying to figure out what the franchise record for the Texans might have been for playoff wins. And I think we settled on 2, so that's why we checked in with CJ Stroud.
Yeah, both teams getting their points. Yes, it is CJ Stroud. In 2 seasons with the Texans, he has 2 playoff wins. And not much money compared to somebody else who's played 9 seasons in a certain team. Has
In the same state?
Same state, yeah. Not anyway, let's move on before I get upset. Theme-linked answers. I've already forgotten. Nick Bosa, Sean Springs, CJ Stroud. On to question number 4. This current NFL wide receiver has the same name and plays the same position as his Hall of Fame father.
All right, we can check in.
All right. Currently better than the Packers. Checked in another unspectacular team name. Talk it out.
Wait, no, Wally, you have to say this. You have to say this out loud because
Well, I don't know. He might use it for the next question. I'll save it as long as he doesn't use it for the next question.
Yeah,
because we know how he likes
this
to
guy. Yeah, the problem is this guy. I don't think has ever played wide receiver in the NFL, as far as to my knowledge.
Fair, but the guy you said has.
Yes,
so let's check in with that one.
Yeah, he actually got drafted as such and played that position primarily. So yeah, we're gonna go with Marvin Harrison Jr. since that's the current wide receiver.
Okay, and over to currently better than the Packers.
Yeah, I'm glad Jake didn't make me type it because I just don't feel like typing the name. It was pretty obvious this was Marvin Harrison Jr.
And again, both teams getting their points on this one. Yes, it is Marvin Harrison Jr. He was like, first round almost in every fantasy draft I've seen, and did not live up to that.
No.
Less than 1,000 yards in his first season. All right. So theme-linked answers. Nick Bosa, Sean Springs, CJ Stroud, and Marvin Harrison Jr. On to question number 5. This Hall of Fame offensive tackle was the first offensive lineman since Ron Yeri in 1968 to be drafted first overall.
We can check in.
All right. Currently better than Green Bay's checked in. Another unspectacular team name can talk it out.
All right, so I have to admit now, because he didn't do it for the second question, that I may or may not have actually listened to the last question all the way, and I said Winfield for that other one, and Mason just the look of shame that he had to read that on his face.
I had to process that and realize this.
It was very, very confused. This one slightly easier though.
It's got to be Orlando Pace.
All right, and over to currently better than Green Bay.
Yeah, we also had Orlando Pace.
Both teams giving me points here. Yes, it is Orlando Pace. This was the first and only time I probably will have ever tried this. Is I tried to use ChatGPT to write a question for me, and I didn't like it, so I just didn't use it.
I only use it for halftime movie.
I was curious as to what it would give me, so I it's probably not even on my phone anymore. I'm just like, write a trivia question where Orlando Pace is the answer, and then it threw something out at me, and I'm just like, I don't like that. So, and then I wanted to include Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I couldn't do that. So,
all right.
I was trying to go through and find out all the quarterbacks that he blocked for, and it was funny because it was the 3 that it mentioned when I typed that in ChatGPT is Kurt Warner, Mark Bulger, and Ryan Fitzpatrick. Look at everybody that no Tony Banks, nothing. Anyway. All right. Theme linked answers. Nick Bosa, Sean Springs, CJ Stroud, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Orlando Pace. I have a correct theme guess from one team. And so it's up to another unspectacular team name to give me their theme guess.
Yeah, we
Do we need to just walk it back to what we did in the last round?
We fell for the trap. It was just Ohio State first round draft pick and not Bus. Although you can maybe make an argument up until the 4th, but Orlando Pace doesn't really fit for that. And even some of the other ones, not really. So, yeah. We're just going to go Ohio State first round draft picks, and I don't.
More
Watch, it's going to be more specific.
specific.
Oh yeah, they played at Ohio State. Is that more specific?
No,
Okay.
more specific.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be this. What?
In the last 30 years.
They got drafted in the last 30 years. Yeah.
There you go.
Just pay
More
attention. That's not the
Top
what I'm
10.
looking for.
Oh my gosh,
Top
it's going to
10.
be. They're all
Closer.
in the. Are they all referenced
Closer.
in your
5.
women book?
Top. There we go.
Top 5.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
You missed what I said. I thought they were referenced in the woman book.
They might have been. I haven't read the
For
whole
some
thing
reason.
yet. I haven't read the whole thing yet, so
It has more than 2 pages.
I will let you know.
If Sean
So,
Springs in there, I'll
Ede,
be very surprised.
How are you going to score the more specific?
I
from us?
gave you guys a more specific chance, and you immediately came back with the right answer. So I will be giving you guys your full 100 on that.
So just to let everybody know, now granted, we had a little insight because we already played a missing link. After the very first answer, Jake sent to me, he said, he's like, non-bust Ohio State players, like so we've had two backhanded themes to Jake Manne.
What are you trying to say?
What?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that
I just met him today. I've never.
I'm saying
Y'all
that
are winning. So
the
suck it up and cry later.
the overall no,
It's not a
the
complaint
overall
because like we're
beef,
noticing.
might be over, but
There's some deep-seated resentment there. It's okay.
These are just questions I've had written for months. It's not like I wrote them this afternoon. Anyway, all right. So after the second quarter, we have a score of another unspectacular team name with 260, and currently better than Green Bay is currently in first place with 400.
which oddly enough, that is what the score was when
See?
I didn't fix my spreadsheet.
He knew he wouldn't get it. The score sheet knew.
Predictive. It was predictive.
There we go. All right, and this brings us to halftime.
It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 3 entertainment questions. Each question is worth 25 points.
This halftime will be the missing link. No.
See?
This halftime, the guest gets to pick. So, Jake,
Ooh.
I will give you the choice. Last game I hosted, I did MTV shows where I gave you a description of an MTV show and you just had to name the show. And so that's one of your choices. Or I have a set of questions where I'm going to read you TV theme songs, and then you just have to tell me the show. So which would you like?
I lived in an area with no cable, so I can't do the MTV show, so we'll definitely do theme song.
Thank God. Although
All right.
Pimp My Face is my favorite MTV reality show of all time.
Yeah.
Well, with that said, then, next game I host, it's going to be back to the MTV stuff because it's already there.
Yeah, I'll be busy
All
that
right.
day.
All right. Question number 1 of the halftime. Here are the lyrics. You just name the show. Streaks on the china never mattered before. Who cares? When you drop kicked your jacket as you came through the door, no one glared.
That's it.
When I tell you I've never seen that show and I couldn't name one character on it, besides
It's probably
Never mind.
once I got to this, it's probably the least surprising thing that you will have told me. But Ede, we're going to check in.
All right. Another unspectacular team names checked in. Currently better than Green Bay. Talk it out.
Could this be Mr. Belvedere?
It very well could be. The drop kicking your jacket part is weird, but
Well, I think it's about, that you have somebody there who's going to,
take care of it.
see, I think that might be what it is. So we're going to check in Mr. Belvedere.
All right. And over to another unspectacular team name.
Yeah, it is 100% Mr. Belvedere.
Oh,
Nice, Josh. Well done.
ish.
Yes. And when Mason said, I don't think we can name one character from the show, I'm like, but the title
Technically
of the show is one of the characters from the
I
show.
mean,
I said except for, and then I said never
Oh,
mind. If you
all
catch
right.
about that part, I trailed off at that point.
although,
I
to be
can't name
honest,
one.
I haven't seen that show in so long. I don't think I could name another character other
No,
than
no one
Mr.
can.
Belvedere.
All right, yes, both teams getting their points. It is Mr. Belvedere. So let's just, I think it has a little bit to do with sports. I'm sure they watched the sport.
Streaks.
Bob Euchre
Is
is
that
on it.
I'm sure he served them food while
A
we were watching
drop
a football
kick?
game of some kind. See, drop kick, that too. On to question 2, and I hope this one's a little easier. So here are the lyrics. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me.
Check in.
Right. Currently better than Green Bay is checked in. Another unspectacular team name. Talk it out.
I actually think I know this.
Okay.
This was sung by Andrew Gold. I'm not gonna get bonus points for that, but this is an Andrew Gold sung theme song.
Thank you for being a friend.
From the Golden Girls. Yep.
Yes.
And let's go back to currently better than Green Bay.
Yeah, it's Golden Girls. Absolutely.
Yes, both teams getting their points here. That show still holds up. I'll tell people right now. Bunch of old ladies being sluts. It's just,
Only one of them was being a slut.
I feel like they were all kind of little.
Well, I
Oops.
guess Sophia,
You're-
she was pretty randy. I don't know if Betty White, if what was her character? Dang it.
Blanche.
Rose?
No,
No.
she was
Blanche
she
was
Rose.
Rose. I
Blanche
don't
was a
think
slut.
Rose or
Did we bleep slut? I don't know. We'll find out when this is released.
we'll see what Taco does.
I don't know if that's allowed or not, but we'll find out. So, sorry. Yeah, it's Golden Girls. So, yeah. Let's move on. Question number 3. We're just trying to be friendly. Come and watch us sing and play. We're the young generation, and we've got something to say.
Whoa. Yep. I just got it.
Is it this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was trying to get the rhythm.
Yeah, me too. I think we must have got it at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We'll check in.
All right. Another unspectacular teammates checked in. Currently better than the Packers. Talk it out.
No, I got it, Jake. It's not the Mickey Mouse
Good.
Club.
Good. Also good.
It does start with an M though. This would be the Monkees.
All right. And over to another unspectacular team name.
Yeah, this is the Monkeys theme song.
All right. Yes, both teams getting their points here. It is the Monkees. My sisters were obsessed with that. So growing up as a child, I never had the TV, so I was either watching MASH with my dad or Monkees with my sister. So yeah. All right. So after halftime, we have a score of another unspectacular team name with 335. Currently better than the Packers, 475. And that brings us to today's third quarter.
Can I guess?
Give it a shot.
Missing gaps.
Well,
goodness.
close, because today's third quarter will be the Dean's List. No, it's a missing link. It's another missing link.
That's right, because you already said you weren't going to break the cardinal rule of no retired quarter styles.
Josh stayed in his stance. He didn't fall for the hard count there.
That's right.
The missing link. This quarter will consist of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. If a team checks in first via chat to the host with the correct theme before the 5th question, they will earn 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with the correct theme guess. If neither team has checked in with the correct theme before the 5th question, each team can earn 50 points with the correct answer to the theme after the 5th question.
All right. So yeah, a third missing link, and this one is my favorite one ever. Well, second favorite. Third favorite. Third. Goes Double Stuff Racing League women, and then this one. So. Question number 1. This bag of human excrement, I'm sure, has been an answer on this podcast before. He's best known for his attack on Colorado Avalanche player Steve Moore, punching him in the right side of the head, knocking him unconscious, and then landing on top of him, driving his face into the ice.
You're not getting a confirmation.
Oh, sorry. Okay, then I'm pretty sure that's it.
If that's the name you have, then sure.
Okay, yeah. Hey, Ede, we'll check in.
All right. Another unspectacular teammate checked in. Currently better than the Packers. Talk about.
Oh my God, who was? I remember when this happened.
Was this isn't like early when-ish is this like? Is this like the Red Wing, like when the Red Wing Avalanche like chaos was happening? Is it, or is it like someone like Todd Bertuzzi?
This is like early 2000s.
Okay, it's not like Todd Bertuzzi, is it?
Nah, that is who it is.
It is him.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was Todd Bertuzzi.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll check that in.
All right. And over to another unspectacular team name.
Yeah, tops of my excrement hockey players list, Todd Bertuzzi.
All right. Both teams are getting their points here. Yeah, it is Todd Bertuzzi. He got suspended for, like, it said like a season, but then there was like a strike. So wasn't really suspended, and then just, no, he's a scumbag. Anyway. Theme linked answer so far, we have Todd Bertuzzi. Anybody with a guess?
Are they all named Todd Bertuzzi?
They're all Todds.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
All Bertuzzis.
That's a good link.
Bertuzzis.
Every single one of them. All right. Question number 2. What sports reporter worked full-time for ESPN from 2004 until 2016? He would leave ESPN to join Fox Sports 1 alongside Shannon Sharp.
Ede, we'll check in.
Another unspectacular team name checked in. Currently better than the Packers. Talk it out.
Yeah, I think Josh, this has got to be like one of the most annoying voices that exists. Skip Bayless, right?
Yeah, I think this is Skip, who John Pena actually wanted to punch. Or no, it was Stephen A. Smith that he wanted to punch. Oh, I guess you could also want to punch. Most people want to punch
Stuart
Bayless.
Scott. Isn't that what he said?
No, he
Well,
said
he
that, but
said
he
that.
didn't mean Stuart Scott.
Still
He
does
said
want
Stuart
to.
Scott.
Still wants to.
I think he meant Stephen A. Smith, but let's skip Bayless also. Yeah.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
All right. And over to another unspectacular team name. What was your answer?
Yeah, it was pretty obvious right away. So that's what we checked in with. Skip Bayless.
All right, both teams getting their points here. Yeah, it is Skip Bayless, and we all know of the Benchwarmer curse of mentioning people and then they die.
Except it's never happened with this guy.
So let's keep trying, Skip Bayless.
Let the game come to you, man. Let the game come to you.
All right.
Wait, who are we talking about again? Skip Bayless? Maybe we have enough of us say it. We'll have enough actual power.
Well, theme-linked answers, Todd Bertuzzi and Skip Bayless. Let's move on to question number 3. In 2025, this quarterback's cap hit will jump from $44 million to $89 million. So far through his 9-year career, he has made $247 million. So if you do the very complicated math, that's roughly about $123 million for each playoff win.
We'll check in.
Yeah, we'll check in.
All right. Another unspectacular team name has checked in. Currently better than the Packers. Talk it out.
And that sniff you heard from Eric Walling wasn't because he has a cold. It's because this one it hurts him too much. It's got to be Dak, right?
Gotta be good old Dak.
Dak Prescott.
All right. And over to another unspectacular team name.
You will not see me doing the Terrell Owens, that's my quarterback, cry reenactment for this podcast now. We also checked in with Dakota Rain Prescott, which is top 5 douchiest names of all time too.
Right. So I have never been, and I used to say, nor will I ever be, a fan of LaShawn McCoy until I've heard him speak with his opinion of Dak Prescott, and now I'm probably the biggest LaShawn McCoy fan that has ever lived.
You're gonna get
get
him a jersey now.
I might have to, even a Bills one. I don't even care. Like I've never agreed with somebody more in my life. Oh, it's just, if you've not seen him talk about Dak Prescott, it's glorious. And I'm like, how is he the only one that gets it? But
he's not, right? You get
he
it.
is. It's because everybody else that talks on ESPN or any of those other things, they're like, oh, he's great. Yeah, $90 million cap hit next year, Jerry. Anyway, team linked answers: Todd Bertuzzi, Skip Bayless, and Dak Prescott. Let's move on to question number 4. According to Wikipedia, this college football team has a rivalry with the following colleges: Army, Boston College, Michigan State, USC, Navy, Northwestern, Stanford, Purdue, Pittsburgh, and Michigan. Pretty impressive list. After 2024, maybe we should add Northern Illinois.
Check in.
Another unspectacular team names checked in. Currently better than the Packers. Talk it out.
I think this would be the first entry into the FTT Hall of Fame. So it's not a singular F that guy. This is a F that team. Stupid Golden Domers. Got to be Notre Dame, right?
Yep. Full agreement.
And over to another unspectacular team name.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't even have to put the last part in there. Just a list of assorted schools that have nothing to do with each other than the fact that Notre Dame plays them every other year, or whatever, because they don't want to be in a conference. So, yeah, Notre Dame.
All right. Yes, both teams getting their points here. Yes, it is Notre Dame, and it hurt when they beat Penn State, but I think they saved Penn State from the embarrassment of losing to Ohio State in the national championship. So they could take it in the chin again in a national championship. So that helps me when like when they lost to Alabama and just got destroyed. It was wonderful. It's probably my favorite pastime. If I can't watch my team win a championship, I'll sign up to watch Notre Dame get steamrolled in the national championship.
This might be the one sports thing that you and I are in lockstep on then, because there's no more annoying fandom.
Well,
no more. It's like it's got the like frustrating that they can't keep getting away with this thing of like conferences get money for what game your team plays in a new playoff. Notre Dame gets all of theirs instead of splitting between the teams in the conference because they don't have a conference. So when they get the at some point At some point, they're just gonna have to get forced into one. I mean,
Right.
right now, most of those teams you rattled off are in the current Big Ten.
Right.
I don't want them. No, don't. I don't want them in the. They can go to the Pac-10. How about that? And go hang out.
That'd be great. Please
Over
bring
there.
them back there.
No, I'm not saying I want them. Just pointing
Right.
out that most of their rivalries, which you can't
Right.
have your whole schedule be rivalries.
It's the entire schedule. Just every game's for a random trophy. All right.
All right.
Theme length answers: Todd Bertuzzi, Skip Bayless, Dak Prescott, and Notre Dame. Question number 5. This owner, president, general manager, and all-around great guy purchased his franchise in 1989 from Bum Bright for $140 million. He is desperate to prove that he's the smartest guy in the room, and sadly, if he was all alone in the same room, he wouldn't be.
Man, that ruins our guess for what we thought the fifth question is going to be. So.
I still think I'm gonna. Well, I'll admit what it was afterwards. But
Yeah, I think Ede had an original different fifth question, but he scrapped
I did.
it for some reason.
No, I really
He
did.
scrapped it.
I
okay,
did.
well then I think I know what the answer to it was. But
Yeah,
I think
we know
we'll
what the
check
answer
in.
was.
All right, so another unspectacular team names checked in. Over to currently better than the Packers. Talk it out.
This guy's a genius, right? And that's why he's the general manager.
It was one of
Just
my favorite memes of the week is when you take Yoda and you turn his skin into just like white colored, it looks just like Jerry.
Hey, don't besmirch Yoda like that.
Right?
Yoda
I
hasn't
mean-
aged a day.
Yeah, it's got to be Jerry
Yoda.
Jones.
Yoda was a Jedi Knight, all right?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Yoda.
Yes, over to currently, or another unspectacular team name.
At one point, we were going to do a naked bootleg just about how much we hated Jerry Jones, and I had like a half a script written up for it, and I might still have it somewhere.
can still do that.
on Jerry Jones.
Yes. It will be about as effective as everyone else telling him for the last umpteen years that he should have given it up. But yeah, we're checking it with Jerry Jones.
All right, and oh my God, both teams already checked.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, both teams getting their points. The correct answer is Jerry Jones. And when he said that he plans on doing this for the rest of his life, part of me died inside. So just
Who said this?
he said if somebody
No,
asked
no.
if he would ever give it up.
What's his name?
Oh, Jerry Jones. Jones.
I just thought more times you mention it might help.
No, the fun thing is, only like one evil person's allowed to die, like within like 100 years, or otherwise they just live forever. And Marchot died, so I think we have Jerry for a while.
No.
Well, so this is the thing. My theory on him is he signed a deal with Satan shortly after he fired Jimmy. And that deal was that he would get to win a Super Bowl as a general manager. And so he did, but because it was a deal with Satan and he tricks him, now he has to live forever without ever having another chance to win a Super Bowl. And he always has to be a general manager.
He got
that's
monkey
the devil
paw.
trick. Yeah, he did.
Oh, so in the end, that does hurt him and his ego. That hurts you guys who are Cowboys fans even more.
I can't support him. It's just
I've never been so close to finding another team, and I've said before with other stuff, I don't know how you do that. I wish I could watch another team and like watching them, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Hard stuff. Anyway, so theme linked answers: Todd Bertuzzi, Skip Bayless, Dak Prescott, Notre Dame, and Jerry Jones. I've had a correct theme guess after question 2. And that came from another unspectacular team name. So hit me with what your theme link was.
Wait, then did they get it?
They did. Well, I got 2 correct answers. You guys just had yours.
I thought you said they didn't get
Oh,
it. Okay.
sorry. No, they did.
You're good.
Sorry.
Should we also say what we had very early as the 5th answer for this?
Yeah, we had one that we thought was going to be the 5th question. We thought Jerry Jones was going to be 4th, actually. That's what I predicted. So that this particular person would be 5th But I think you removed him because you hadn't met him before. If that's the way it's going. So yeah. We thought the fifth one was going to be a particular Benchwarmer favorite, Benchwarmer guest favorite of yours. We thought it was going to be the answer that you've never met before prior to tonight.
That crossed my mind, but I didn't want to do that. I was going to say he's this. I had that question, but I actually technically then I had two because the other one was Josh Allen. But then I was trying to write a question, but I couldn't write one without making him seem good. So I'm like, nope, cross that one off. Good. Nope, I've never seen it.
It's almost because he is.
What was your guys' official theme guess?
Well, we said people Ede hates, and technically that still works if Ede is against the Virgin Mary for mid-game. Then it might still count.
Against touchdown Jesus, all right?
We started with douches, which is applicable.
That's why I chuckled. When I first saw it, it was like rapid fire. Like I got their answer, and then douches came right after it.
I was going to ask if ours did, and then I gave a clarification towards the end here where I said douches, aka people/teams Ede hates.
Yeah, it's funny because the I want to say it was one of the other missing links. Like you guys checked in, this is the same timestamp on both of them. One just came in before the other, both times, or two of the three times. There you go.
That's funny. That's
all right. Now let's figure out how this scoring works.
See, we were gonna jump if it wasn't this theme. Question one, we're gonna be Lions bus. If it was a Lions player, we were gonna go straight for theme automatically. That'd have been Lions draft bus based on the way this game was going.
We just thought this entire thing was set up to try to kick Jake in the nuts for the entire game.
Yeah.
Well, after the first one, Jake sent to me. What did you say? Oh, douches the Red Wings signed when they were older. I'm hoping we can say douche on this podcast. Otherwise,
can we say douches and sluts? I don't know. Is that the title? Just douches and sluts?
Oh boy.
There's no FCC. I'm pretty sure FCC is getting dissolved anyway.
The whole graphic is just going to be blur. It's just a blur. That's all I can do. Without getting flagged.
Can that be the episode title?
I say we just call the episode title Jake Manne takes a shot to the pills and just have anyway, sorry.
Right. We could just call it backhanded because the first two were backhanded wheelhouse. Backhanded wheelhouse.
Well, the game's not over.
Oh my word!
Just wait till that women category comes up in the fourth
Oh
quarter.
boy! Please tell me the answer to that one isn't douches and sluts. Boy, we've said it so much. It's gonna.
I may have changed the category for question 4 in the fourth quarter. All right. We don't have any women that listen to this. We're fine. All right. Well, after the third quarter, somebody's going to have to check my math here. We have yet another unspectacular team name with 535 and currently better than the Packers, 625. All right, and that brings us to the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total.
The categories for today's fourth quarter are as follows. Question 1, the Ohio State University. That's going to be in college sports. Question number 2, Michigan State. That's going to be college basketball. Question 3, the state of Michigan, and that's college football. And question 4, you guessed it, women. And that's going to be about women. It's now time for the teams to place their wagers.
We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Benchwarmers TP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the pod called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and share cool sports facts and trivia. If you'd be willing to rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks.
Now that the wagers are in, on to the questions. So we're going to go right to question number 1, category The Ohio State University.
Blah.
The Ohio State defeated Notre Dame to win the College National Football Championship this year. Ohio State won 2 other championships in 2024. Name either. Bonus 100 points if you can name both.
We'll check in.
All right. Currently better than Packers checked in. Another unspectacular team name can talk about.
We're just naming a bunch of sports.
Yeah, can we name? We're trying to name every sport and then see.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a tactic.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, until something sticks.
Yeah, like, all right. So the only ones that I think we can not name a national championship for, so good on us. Like field hockey, lacrosse, swimming, diving,
Tennis. We don't know who won
tennis.
that.
Oh, you're trying to list all the ones you have no clue.
Yeah.
Anybody who won them. All right.
Right.
Yeah, because we know some of the other ones that are a little bit more off the radar.
Right.
Like it's not volleyball, it's not gymnastics, it's not golf.
Right.
So this is gonna be something more obscure. Or just not as publicized.
Right.
I
I don't have a
just
strong
don't think they're
feeling.
really field hockey, lacrosse come to school. Like that's just it's more of like a like
A Virginia?
Atlantic. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Disney of the East Coast.
Yeah, I think that was said one time, I think. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Somebody called it that. Throwback to something none of y'all heard.
Yeah. Some table talk from before we started recording.
No, none of y'all understand that. It's fine. I didn't understand it either. If it makes you feel
The
any better.
people in this Zoom loved it though. You guys just need to know that.
I didn't because I still don't get it. That's fine.
Oh, Mason, I don't get it either because it made no
Okay.
sense. But
I don't necessarily get it either, but yeah, I guess we just pick one.
So wait,
Like
can we guess a
swimming?
second one? And if the first one's right, then we get the chance of the second one. Is that how that works?
Can we do swimming and diving? Are those two? Or do we
I don't know
have
how
to
to
have our
discuss
right answer first?
I think that's what he's getting at. You have to have
You
a right answer
don't.
first.
Okay.
I don't care.
We get 2 guesses. They're probably both gonna be wrong.
Right. Okay.
I mean, technically, you could like give 2 answers, right? I mean, do you have to
Yeah,
have like
no.
a single answer to be the wagered answer?
Yes, I will need you to pick one
Okay.
of them.
All right.
But
Okay.
yes, if the
All right,
second
that's
one's
fine.
right.
So we'll pick one and then throw it. So what do we want to go with here?
I mean, I guess swimming, bonus.
Sure.
What do you want bonus to be? Tennis or diving?
Sure.
Okay, tennis.
Let's diversify our options here.
Okay, good. Yeah, I like that. All right, swimming und tennis, with swimming being primary, tennis being secondary. Thank you,
For
sir.
100
How many points did you give
bucks. Yeah, 100.
And over to currently better than the Packers.
All
That's
right.
what-
Well, I know one of them. So think of Ede's favorite thing and one of his least favorite things.
Women.
Okay, so Jerry
and,
Jones. What sport does Jerry Jones have a team in besides NFL?
No. So you got the women part. That's the
Okay.
women and his favorite sport.
Soccer.
Oh, it's women's ice hockey.
It is women's ice hockey. They won the
Okay.
championship. I have no idea on the second one. With him giving 100 bonus points, I'm thinking it's got to be something super random. So we're gonna guess Quidditch.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, one team getting their points. Yes, it is women's ice hockey. And I will say this: when you go, this 2025 starts in about 3 weeks, I want to say, and it's going to be in Minnesota. There, Josh, at the Ryder Arena. But fun thing is when you click on the NCAA website it says the 2025 Women's Frozen Four, right? And click to buy tickets. But the picture that they show you is of Pagula Ice Arena in University Park at Penn State. Doesn't make sense until you look down further and it's like, yeah, that's next year.
Oh, that's the next year.
Yeah, but the
About
main
tickets
backdrop
for the current one.
the current one, they still show Pagula,
Oh,
you know.
all right.
Anyway,
pre-ordering for next year.
yeah, apparently.
Uh,
But yes, Ohio State's women have been to 3 national championship games in their span. And that's been 3 in a row. They won one in 2022, lost last year, and then won again this year. And the bonus points that nobody got, it's co-ed pistol.
That might even be more random than Quidditch.
Men and women just shooting guns,
Co-ed pistol.
having a good time.
I
Wow.
feel like the South would be much better at that. The way it works out, you feel like they would be better than Ohio State, but
I think
All right,
that maybe
question-
to the south would be trap shooting, maybe.
Or just any shooting at your barn.
Barn shooting.
Barn shooting. That's a game.
yeah, that's what we do for fun down here. We don't make anything else
Varsity
better.
barn
You're too
shooting.
far
Just go
south,
shoot at barns.
Mason. By the water.
What did you
No,
say?
we do alligator
He's not from the
shooting.
south?
No, he's too far south.
Too
too
far
far
south.
south.
It's he's got varsity frog gigging in
Yes.
Louisiana.
Alligator wrestling. That's
That's-
about,
what's
that's
the
about
thing
it.
where you
what
catch
is
the
the-
catfish with your hands?
Yeah, that's I was just going to ask
Noodling,
that.
varsity
Noodling.
There you
Varsity
go.
noodling. Okay, that actually might be the title for the
Yeah.
episode.
I want to see a guy with a leather jacket on with a catfish up to his elbow.
All right. Episode title is Douches, Sluts, and Varsity Noodling. Just put it all together.
Oh god.
All right. Let's move on to question number 2. Category Michigan State. Who is the career leader in points scored for Michigan State's men's basketball? This top 10 pick in 1995 would go on to average 4.9 points a game in his 4-year NBA career.
We'll check in.
All right. Currently better than the Packers is checked in. Another unspectacular team name talk about.
I think I had this one, Mason.
Okay, I'm glad you
He
do.
was irrationally good in college and irrationally bad in the NBA. And I'm trying to remember who we traded. Well, back when I used to be a Mavericks fan, he was a Maverick for like a very cup of coffee amount of time. They got him in like the late 90s, but this was Sean Respert.
Oh, is
forgive
that-
me.
Is that the guy that Josh played basketball with?
It might. Oh, maybe that's why he checked in so fast.
That's it then. That's it.
Okay. All right.
I
Cool.
recognize that name, but only for that fact. I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about it.
All right. Yeah. Check in with Sean Respert.
And over to currently better than the Packers.
How many points did you guys wager?
100.
Yeah, I attended Michigan State University in the 1993-94 school year, and this player was absolutely there at the time, scoring lots of points. And yes, in an informal tryout, whereas basically you could show up and have open gym with the varsity players, I made a bucket over Sean Respert. Just saying. That's my claim to fame for
You almost
sports.
outscored him in the NBA too.
Yeah.
My 0 is pretty close to
I think we all have.
so,
Round down.
Sean Respert, hell of a college player. And surprisingly, Eric Snow, who I would have never guessed would have been the most
better
successful pro player off of that
Right.
team.
And how many points?
100.
All right. Yes, both teams getting their points here. It is Sean Respert. Yeah, 4.9 points a game is it's
You
something.
drafted as a scorer.
mean,
It's not very much.
It isn't great. Well, I mean, when you're a 6'1" shooting guard,
That's true.
because he wasn't a point guard. He didn't handle the ball that well. So-
According to his Wikipedia page, he was a point guard.
In the pros,
That's what it says.
well, they probably said you got to play point. He wasn't. I mean, he wasn't a bad ball handler, but he wasn't like at
Primary.
Michigan State. Eric Snow was the point guard.
Well, his 4.9 points per game, his 1.3 rebounds per game, and his 1.0 assists per game show that he wasn't much of anything.
In the pros.
Moving on to question number 3, category the state of Michigan. It's probably the only non-backhanded question I have all day. So,
Oh.
Anyway. Michigan football's 2025 recruiting class ranked 8th overall. Michigan has 2 5-star recruits coming in. One, a quarterback whose national number oh my God, who is the national number 1 overall recruit. And the other is an offensive tackle who is the national 10th overall recruit, number 2 overall at his position. Name either, and 100 bonus points if you can name both.
Ede, we will check in.
Another spectacular team names checked in. Currently better than Green Bay talked about.
Yes, the quarterback is Bryce Underwood.
Okay.
They got him to flip from LSU last minute.
Nice.
Um,
Congratulations.
Thanks.
You know
Was
who
that
the
direct?
offensive
I wasn't
tackle
directed
is?
toward me, was it?
No, it was not a shot. It was a statement of fact. It was a statement.
Oh, now you're on Mason's hit list.
Crap.
Jake, today, on today's episode, Jake alienates another benchwarmer.
So, E, tell me more about your hatred for Jake Manne. I'm listening now.
There's a Patreon page.
Man. And I'm not going to get the offensive tackle. I feel like his name is Andrew, and then like starts with a B, and it's kind of a weird confluence of letters. But that might be BS too. But that's what I feel like.
Do you don't know what follows the B?
Bagula, like Bugla.
Scott Bakula?
Yeah, Scott Bakula. It's Scott Bakula's son.
He does come back to college very late.
But I can't remember if that's Andrew Bagula would be the best that I'd have it guess at that, but I don't think that's not right.
All right. Well,
But it's our second.
Yeah. So check those in with Underwood being
Bryce
there
Underwood.
first.
Yep, Bryce Underwood and Andrew Bagula.
100 points
Bagula.
for our
100%.
And over
Way
to another unspectacular team name.
Yeah, this was his team effort. I knew the quarterback right off the bat because I had been keeping up with all the stuff when he was deciding to switch and the insane amount of money that he was offered, which I don't blame him one bit. He was going to be a backup to Nussmeier anyway, so might as well take the bag and go do good things in Michigan. I don't blame him. So I had that one right off the bat, and then Walling somehow pulled this name because I'd never heard this guy, but luckily he had a way in.
Yeah, because about 20 minutes west, 25 minutes west of here at Blue Valley Northwest is the number 1 offensive tackle recruit in the country, and that is Andrew Babalola.
So Jake, you were right that it's a lot of letters and after.
Yeah, I just could not.
All right.
Both teams getting their points and one team getting their bonus points. Yes, it is Bryce Underwood and Andrew Babalola. So yeah, Jake already said it. Michigan scooped Underwood from LSU there, kind of last minute. And the big question is he going? I don't know if he'll play this year right away or what, but hey, I always like when they throw freshmen in right away because
There's not a good option outside of him. Like that's the scary part. Is it's like I'd love to have like someone that was like, oh, this is a great. But like even they went out hard after a couple of transfers, and those kids were like, why would I go to be the person that's waiting, like constantly being hated on because Bryce Underwood's sitting behind me.
yeah,
It's obviously
throw 'em in.
that might have been why he did the flip too, right? Because if he's gonna be the
That's
starter
part of it. It's
rather
part of
than,
it.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's gonna be
He
a
would've been a
backup, you
backup.
could pick either school and just be the backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I love the way that they got the money though. Was if you've seen that, Mason, like who gave the money? It's
That
some
was,
tech billionaire,
Yeah.
but it's because his girlfriend went to Michigan and she said, "Hey, they need a real quarterback. Can you please put money up?" He has no ties to Michigan except for his girlfriend went there.
Yeah. it was
Finally, a
some-
billionaire spending his money wisely.
Right,
buying
exactly.
quarterbacks. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Like I said, more power to him. I get it.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna get that big of a amount of money
Yep.
playing in
And you went to school-
college.
and you went to school 60 miles away. If it works out for you,
Right.
you're for the rest
Yeah.
of your life.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to the final question of the day. Category women. Toni Stone was a female baseball player from Minnesota. She was asked to play wearing what, but she refused.
Wrong answers only.
Oh boy.
Let's go with it.
All right, we'll check in.
All right. Currently better than the Packers checked in. Another unspectacular team name. Can talk it out for last time.
Feels kind of wrong to try to come up with all the things that, like, you know, you wouldn't want. I said a cup, by the way, first, and then Mason kind of laughed me off and gave a better guess so far.
Yeah, I mean, I know the name, and I sent Walling this because like it has nothing to do with the answer to the question. The only thing I know about this person besides like time period is that I think there's a story that she got a hit off of Satchel Paige or someone in that kind of like same ballpark. I don't remember. I don't know a whole lot about her otherwise, but for some reason, because it would make sense that out of principles that you wouldn't wear a skirt, because I bet that's probably unfortunately part of the attraction of watching female baseball
Yeah, and I
players.
wonder if that would have been like right after because she was I'm assuming she was a Negro Leagues player. So that would have been slightly after the whole All-American Girls League when they made them wear skirts, that might have been, just working through it logically. So I like that answer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And also video game knowledge, because I know MLB The Show has done a lot of like new historical stuff. I don't play it, but I know I read stuff about it when they first started introducing like you get to work through and see all of the players that MLB added to the stats and everything. And I remember her story, like she was part of it, but I don't remember the full details of it. But that, for some reason, that's sticking out and it lines up with everything else.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna go with a skirt, 400 points.
All right, and over to currently better than the Packers.
I mean, I suppose she wouldn't turn down wearing a chest protector because that would be an obvious one that would make sense that you'd maybe want to wear. But yeah, I mean, my guess is she considered herself a real baseball player and wasn't gonna be seen playing in a skirt. I mean, it seemed the most obvious, but once again, thanks, David, for giving Eric the Women in Sports book. So sometimes these answers might be the obvious answer, and I just have to imagine it has to be skirt. So we checked in with that for 100.
All right, both teams getting their points here. Yes, it is skirt. Just like in the movie League of Their Own, they made them all wear skirts. And they said if you weren't going to wear it, you weren't going to play. Unfortunately, she was able to refuse and still play. And Mason, you hit it right on the head. She did get a hit off Satchel Paige. Well, this game has come to an end, and here are the final scores. With a very, very, very respectable 835 points, we have yet another unspectacular team name. And today's clipboard captain who will be receiving the John Navarre Award with a whopping score of 1,025 points. We have currently better than the Packers. Congratulations, gentlemen. Like I said, at no point do I ever do stupid stuff like this and not get it approved by at least one person, even if that one person is me. But yeah, thank you, Jake, for coming on. I hope you had some fun. Sorry I made this a little bit grudge match,
No,
whatever.
you're not.
I don't even know. I'm not, but I say I am. I could say that I am.
I appreciate it because it felt very wheelhousey then, even though I've been around for a while, so it's totally fine.
All right. Well, if anybody else wants to piss me off, I'll write a game like this for you too. So, no, thank you, Jake, for coming on. We love when you're on. Tried to come on a little more, so somebody else can write a game like this for you.
Yeah, we'll do. Would love to be on sooner than 12 months next time.
There you go. Well, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, just appreciate being on. Appreciate you guys still rolling this 5 years later. Like, it's exciting to keep being a part of it.
5 years. Walling had way less gray hair when we started.
I had way more hair, period. Like, this is mostly see-through right now.
Mason's like an adult now. It's just weird. It's
like he's a full-on grown adult now.
Yeah, like a full-blown
married, has a kid,
babysits a kid,
right?
Has a job,
he's been locked in the same room.
Yeah.
He's still in the same house.
3 years.
No.
But yeah, awesome. 5 years. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Well, we're coming up on episode 300. That'll be what? Another 7 episodes?
No, 3 episodes.
3 episodes.
Eat with his math.
Really?
1, 2, 5.
Yeah, we're at 297.
We're on 297.
Oh God,
Plus 7 is 300 according to Ede.
I'm pretty sure I'm hosting 300. I'm like, I gotta write another game. Jake, you want to come back on?
3
missing
sure.
links.
Sign me up.
Oh yeah,
number of like
you are hosting that one.
I thought so. Crap. All right.
That's gonna be fun.
Well, On behalf of Josh, Walling, and Mason, this has been Ede. And thanks for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. And until next time, we'll keep the bench warm.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch! Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes!
Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
That great music you're listening to is by Justin Nozick. Thanks to him for producing that music for us. You've been listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We are at Benchwarmers TP.